All right, everybody. Good morning / afternoon. What is it? I don't even have no idea. Welcome to the live stream. For anybody joining us for the first time, please let me know in the chat. And for anybody watching this after the fact, this was a live stream recorded at 11 a.m. Arizona time on Saturday, the 24th of July. So if you're watching this, you can definitely watch, but just know if you leave a comment below, I will not be engaging with it because it's after the fact. So one thing I recommend if you're watching this after the live stream is make sure to click that, like, I think chat play or replay or something like that, so you can see what people were saying as I was actually chatting. And catch me on the next one. When I go live, I usually like to go live Saturday noonish. So if I happen not to go that week, just let people know in the Discord. So just everybody go follow that Discord if you want to be more involved. But anyways, what's up, guys? Looks like I'm already offending some people on the chat. Sorry about that. For those that don't know my humor, I'm just totally don't take anything I say serious. Let's see. Let me turn off that light. A little too bright. Now it's too dark. Let me do this. Okay. I'm like Kyle. I have like the fake window in the back, but it's actually a real window. So. Well, first of all, guys, like I said, I already gave my little spiel, but welcome. Today I'm going to talk about new construction, new builders, because I've been curious about them a bit because I made a video recently talking about lumber prices, right? You know, a lot of people keep telling me, you know, Javier, lumber prices are going down, you know, it's good news, you know, things are going to be amazing, but what's really happening, or what I was trying to tell people is, yes, even though lumber prices is going down, it doesn't necessarily mean prices are going to go down, because, you know, lumber builders like to raise the prices when it's time, you know, because lumber's going up and they justify that. But when lumber prices start going down, if they still sell the houses at the same price, they just have a better profit, you know. So that sparked this thought in my head, and I made a video like last year about talking about how they're like canceling on like new contracts, and not only that, but they're taking advantage of home buyers and like way charging too much. So today we're gonna have a chat about that. So I'm gonna spend the first 10 to 20 minutes talking, kind of like a live video where I might react to some of your comments, but more or less just kind of chatting a topic that I found interesting, but not interesting enough to make a video about. After that, I'm going to spend the rest of the time doing a Q&A session with everybody here. I will be answering questions as I chat, so it's not like it's completely void right now, but that's kind of the thing. Can't hear you. Music too loud. Is there music right now? There shouldn't be music playing. Ooh. Sorry about that, guys. There you go. Turned it down. Yeah, no, I was playing around with maybe having background music, but it looks like I had it way too loud. There you go. Perfect. All right, now I know to cut all that out when it comes to that. So let's get to it. So new construction, new builds. What's going on with them? Well, first things first. It's interesting to know that I think this is something that everybody should try on their own. So there's something called a Wayback Machine, and if you, I think all you have to do is go to Google and then just look up Wayback Machine, and you can find it. And what I want everybody to do, for anybody potentially looking to buy a home, to maybe find some evidence of this actually happening, so you know I'm not just full of crap, is to do this, okay? So let's see. Boom, there you go. So what I want you guys to do is find a local community that you're interested in. So here, I specifically found a Pulte home in the area of Queen Creek. Queen Creek, back in the day, like a year or 2 years, used to be like further out. It's like a out of town next to Gilbert, but not right in Gilbert. So you would be able to find something somewhat cheaper there, or in Santan Valley, which is right next to there. And I found this house for in this community here. Looks like there's 4 designs, 2 to 4 bedrooms, starting at $458,990. So similarly to what you guys might be doing, find the community that you're interested in, look it up, and then what you do is you go to the Wayback Machine, you copy the link. So you, let me put this here so you can see that. So you copy this link, right? And what you do is you Google Wayback Machine, and then you click that. And once you find the Wayback Machine, all you gotta do is type the link there. So I already did that. And does anybody want to take a guess what this house for $458,990 is now worth, or what used to be worth about a year or 2 years ago? I'm gonna go back to the chat now and see what you guys have to say. Whoever is right will will, I don't know, something happens. What's up, Jennifer Lego? Thanks for stopping by and moderating. Appreciate you. 959. No, a year ago. 315, 325, 350. Not bad. 300, 348, 300, 313. You guys are pretty close. 367. Nice guesses. Man, you guys are too good at this. Thanks for the $2 super chat. CC Moon. Home Depot Cat appreciates you. See if anybody's been pretty close. So far, 210, 225. I think the closest one has been Ben, Dom Vibranium Bicep, maybe, and Mega Trend. Meg, you're totally off. So this is what I found. What was this? This was captured in September of 2020. So this is like not even mid pandemic. It's like late pandemic, like was almost a year ago. Starting at 351,990. 351,000. 458, 351. 458, 351. 458, 351. Over 100, dude, first of all, if you bought a house in this neighborhood, consider yourself Warren Buffett. You made almost $100,000 of equity off just owning a house. Like, you guys are mega real estate chads, and you deserve to teach courses. You know what? As a matter of fact, what you want to go do is go make some courses online right now and start selling them, because you are a financial genius. For everybody else, how dare you? How could you not buy? So $100,000. Now, we can make the argument that, well, they do, the lumber prices went up. Of course, they have to raise the prices. They got to survive. But come on, man. 100K. Pretty aggressive. So we're looking at that. We're looking at, lumber prices. The last I checked, let me check them right now. Let's look at them live here, see where we are. Last I checked, it was like, was it like 550? Okay, let's see how that is now. So over the last few days since I made that video, it started going up. So it's at 647 now. It was around 536, 542 around here. So, it's starting to go down, but starting to give up. But still, I mean, compared to September of last year, which was, let's see, 1 year. Right here, 669, 640, okay? Maybe even here they bought it before like 829. Well, it's been, the price is about the same now. It's been the same for about the last month, but they're still getting away with selling it for 100. Thank you for the subscription, Subtle Precision. It's still, it's 100,000 more. So let's just clear that out of the way. Clearly, they're not going to lower the prices just because of that. Now, why? Well, they're taking advantage of the situation, sure, because right now it's still really competitive, and I know everybody's making videos right now to talk about buyer demand is dropping. There was a guy on Kyle's live stream yesterday that was really sure that the house markets were crashing already, and all this crazy stuff. Like, oh wow, it's crashing. Okay, so this guy knew it's crashing, but it's still difficult to buy. So it's going to be a very, very, very slow grind, if you will, for it to start really adjusting. So they're going to continue to do that. They're going to continue to take advantage or scalp, if you will, home prices, and continue to raise them at a high level. And as long as people continue to pay for them, they're going to continue to get with it. Yeah, he was a pretty bad troll, wasn't he? What was the website of the to check the previous price? So you go to Wayback Machine, and you type in just go back and watch it again. Can someone explain it? You find the new build community, copy the URL, put it in the Wayback Machine, and find the previous version of it. Thanks to the $5.96, £5. Thank you, Dom. Vibranium Bicep. With a VA loan, is it better to put money down in a house or bank to hold on to any repairs need to buy? It's a good question. It's more of a where you are right now financially, I can't really answer that without knowing that. Now, if you only have like 10K to your name and you're like, well, VA is zero down, so I could put it towards that, and you're going to be left with nothing, then don't do it. you want to have some pad in the bank. So if you have an emergency savings set up already, and dare I say an emergency house savings, like maybe another $3,000 or $5,000 for any emergency repairs, then you're free to use any extra money towards the purchase of the house if it helps you with your payment. If that's not the case, then I would really recommend having cash reserves, because as a homeowner, things change. No sound on music when it comes on screen. Oh, that's amazing. Let's see. I think I know why. It's not a Javier Vidana live stream. There, fine. Better. There. Cool. Diane Doe. Builders are struggling to get qualified laborers, and we're paying high prices for shabby work and materials now. It's a good point. You know, what's funny is every time I go do a new build or something, man, sorry, I'm not picking my nose, I swear, it's just itchy for some reason. There's always a new like they have their new roof company, new stuff like that. So they're right, they're having to switch a lot of people. That's not AutoZone. Get out of here, AutoZone. Ban that guy right now. And I'm just kidding. Can members get a Home Depot cat sticker? I just want to nod and jam too. Sure, we're working on that right now. People keep telling me, ask me for merch, but did I lose pounds? Yeah, I've been killing myself on Orange Theory this past been only a month, I think, and I've been trying to eat better, but you know, yesterday I had a terrible day. But there's days, the majority of the days now are better. I still have days where I have a problem with overeating. I mean, if I allow myself to be candid here, I have a terrible problem with overeating. So I cope. If I have a stressful day, I eat. You know, like if after a stressful day, nothing hits the spot more than like a Panda Express run with like orange chicken and like big giant. You know, their mediums are like giant, right? So that's been one of the hardest things for me, is to find different ways to deal with stress. And sometimes it wins. You know, some days I try not to eat after 7, but you know, it's been a hard day. Here's what I've been doing, and I don't mean to make this a weight loss challenge for everybody, but I make sure to at least do the workouts every week. It's like 2 or 3 workouts a week, and I made sure that if there is a day or I do bad, I forgive myself for it, and I say, you know what? As long as the majority of the days are better, and then you do win the majority of the days, then you're progress. Because it used to be every day used to be terrible. So. Now you missed with the cat's going to be stuck on a 3-minute loop again. No. If only house prices drop. Maybe as Javier's losing pounds. Jorge, I think you figured out the solution for the housing market. As soon as I start losing pounds, then everything will start going down. Progress, not perfection. Exactly. So that's where we are right now. One thing I also want to share with you guys before we do the Q&A is... there's been a lot of stories about this, and I made a video about it last year. Maybe you remember it. Talking about new builds and new construction builds and whatnot. People who are essentially in the contract to buy a house and they get canceled on. And even as I found this Reddit post 3 months ago of new build contract signed months ago, no action and build plan since. Is anyone having huge delays? People are having huge delays. If you go simply Googling new builds canceling, take off the Reddit part, there was an article that I can't find right now. March 16th, home buyers canceling. Oh, not home buyers. Man, where the hell happened? New construction canceling. Great. I can't find it. There's a story about a family that their freaking new builders canceled on them. There it is. There you go. Family left scrambling after builder cancels new home contract. Okay. Even in my video here that I made, it still gets comments to this day. I wish I could come on here. Well, that's when I used to rock the mustache. Woo! Weekly and give you just that was I wish I could go back in time and tell Javier, hey, that doesn't work. Let it go. You can't rock a mustache, dude. If your hair doesn't grow above here, you can't do a mustache. Let's just get that out of the way. Look at this. Kimberly, I'm 2 months away from closing. My builder just slapped an extra $30,000. I'm currently under contract, still months away from closing. This is the video I did not want to see. I'm going through this now. In fact, you gave me advice on one of your live streams. I signed a contract back in July. Several weeks ago, they tried to go up $15,000 initially on the price. You keep going, you find more. I also get DMs to this day of people. I'm not going to share their DMs out of privacy, but that still are like, hey, this just happened to me. What do I do? And here's a problem. You know, when there is a contract problem with a new construction builder, say they're trying to raise the price on you, or they're not maybe working with you on the low appraisal or something, and people call me and they're like, Javier, what do I do? Well, here's the God's honest truth. They are in supreme leverage over you. They have superior leverage over you. Because they would love nothing else but for you to cancel on your contract. Because if you cancel your contract, they can sell it again for maybe another $50,000 to $100,000. Because it was like, assuming that you're near the end of your build time, so it's been 6 to 9 months after you agreed to the price. They can just literally flip it and just get rid of you and make another $80,000 easily. So they would love nothing more than everybody who's under contract right now to just cancel, so they can put it back on the market and guaranteed make millions and more dollars. Say there's like hundreds of houses. So here's the problem. What is this happening? Is this it's causing distress in the industry? You want to be able to go to a new construction office and be able to simply say, hey, I'm agreeing to a price and this is what's going to happen. At the same time, we want to have some regulation in place to keep these prices realistically well, you know? There's new construction builders, I've talked about this before, that are beginning to do like these auction style where, like, if there's a lot available, then 20 people start bidding on it, and they're overbidding on something that's already overpriced. Can we ask for proof of cost increase to them? Diane, you sure can. And guess what they're going to say? Everybody in the comment section. If you ask the builder to provide some kind of proof of cost, guess what they're going to do? Once again, they will love nothing for more to you just to cancel so they can just sell it for more money. They can just say, no, we're not giving you anything. What is Jay Mula doing? Oh my God. Jennifer, let's we can rock with some negativity. You know, let's not go for the automatic ban every time, because they feed on that stuff. So produce false records. No, they're not gonna lie to you. They don't have to lie to you. They have superior leverage. If I have an iPhone for sale, you guys hear the Home Depot thing now, right? How much house should I buy or wait if needed? I have $30,000 set aside for down, and I make $130,000 a year. Sip Starbucks, I know. We're fighting for the everyday man here. They cannot do this. Anyways, guys. Guys, I mean, thanks for the $20 super chat, Alexis. I am super grateful. Let me put it up on the screen again. Let's use this as a learning opportunity here. When you guys tell me how should I buy or wait, and all you're giving me is what you have saved and what you make. I don't know what area you live in. I don't know what your debts are. I don't know any of all that. I can't just shoot from the hip and give you a general answer about that. Once again, thanks for the $20 super chat. I'm super grateful. But if we're going to ask questions like that, can you guys, I can try to give you an idea, but try to give me more info, okay? So with the information you provided, $130,000 a year, I'm assuming you have no debts because you didn't put anything there. And also, I don't know if you're in a competitive buyer's or seller's market, so I'm going to kind of just wing it here. Let me see if I can pull up a calculator. People don't like the way I say calculator. 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 Did I say that right? Someone will say, oh my God, stop saying calculator. Let me add a source real quick. Add a display browser. Window capture. There it is. Picked up on it right away. Okay. This person makes 130,000, and he might be saying already what he does make. So let me go check. Zero debt. Perfect. Okay. It's 130,000 a year. Divided by 12. Oh, guys, there's Wally, by the way. Remember Wally? There's big boy. There's a big boy. 120 pounds. 10 months old. Yes, he's a good boy. Yes, you are. Okay, bye, Wally. Oh, sorry. Where was I? There. Okay, so okay, when this happens. Great. 130,000 divided by 12. I can't see what it is. I'm assuming that's 10,000. Jeez Louise. There you go. 10,833. Okay, so this is what you make a month, right? So this is your gross monthly income. We can assume that. So from this point on, what we can do is we can figure out what you qualify for. So if you're asking me, Javier, what can I buy? Well, you know, you multiply, if you have great credit, you know, you can multiply that by 2. And that's what you qualify for. I don't know. I mean, you said North Texas, but I'm not familiar with the area, but that's what you'd qualify for. However, what you can actually budget for depends on if you're conservative or not. So if you're conservative, you would use 25% of your net. If you're not so conservative, but you're still realistic, 28% of your gross. So if your monthly gross income is 10,800, like you said, like I figured out, you multiply by 0.28, that's what you can budget for. What that means in actual prices, I have no clue. I'm not where you were from, but that's what you'd be able to figure out. 10-month-old cutie. No, it's not Beethoven. He's a Newfoundland. Hope that helped, Alexis. If your taxes are like my taxes, that's going to be probably 400,000 to 500,000. So, is that a Wally alarm? Was there sounds? What kind of sounds were there? Oh, there's a key that he's hitting by mistake. Oh, because I'm using my keyboard. Whoops. I keep doing this, like this one. That's funny. There you go. X-Files. There you go. All right, guys, that's enough for the construction talk. So let's get into a Q&A mode. It's accidentally hitting the sound effects here. Also got this one. How do you guys? Sorry, scaring you guys. All right, let's answer some questions. Charles Taylor. Is it normal for builders to list the final sales price as the appraisal price? No, they put this final sales price what they sold it for. If they sold it for appraisal price, then it's appraisal price. If they sold it for appraisal price and you still had to come up with more money after that, then yeah. Californian buyers be like, yeah. And I think this is, what is this?
My name is Jeff.
That was the Jeff one. Trying to buy a new construction home, be like, how does federal student loan debt factor into debt to income ratio? Great question. Shebrew Linus. I think they just changed the rules up for FHA. I want to say it's similar to the conventional rule now. If double check this with actually a lender, but I'm pretty sure they can use the lowest of either your monthly payment or 1% of your total balance. With conventional, I know that if it is delayed or what is that word when it's in forbearance, they don't have to use it. But if they do, it's going to be either the lowest of both of those numbers.
Does down payment percentage play a role in offers being more attractive to the seller, or is that just the lender? It's a great question, Ryan. It can be the final piece of the puzzle needed, but I've never had an offer get lost just because someone's making more of a down payment. It's more or less of how much of a risk the buyer's willing to take. So you can have a buyer only putting 5% down, but if they're willing to waive their appraisal, and the reason why they're only doing 5% is so they can have extra money to throw at the seller, then they're going to beat you all day. You can put 20% down and try to offer less, and it doesn't really matter. So it is one percentage. If people are leaving California, then why are there no houses to buy? Only San Francisco has mass exiles. You need that crying black man meme. I'm gonna have to edit on there. Let me answer your question right now, Dom. Jorge, the problem is that California, once again, I'm not a California expert here, but already had a ton of people there. So people leaving there, people think, oh, now it's gonna free up time. No, it's like it was really overcrowded, and now it's just overcrowded. So that's why you're not seeing a bunch of listings. Don's Vibranium Bicep with another £5. Thank you. One more for you, sir. Excellent credit score, 10% down to put comfortably. Tampa area, 90,000. Conservative estimate. Well, I don't want to use a calculator more because I'm freaking. So what you do? Let me just do it, and I'll type it with my mouse. What you do is if you have a 90,000 salary, divide that by 12. You have no debt, I'm assuming. So then you 50% of that, you'd qualify comfortably 2,500 to 3,000. So depending on the taxes, yeah, I think that's pretty comfortable. Deep down in my heart, I still love you. I used to love that video. I know it's a terrible video because it's like a really sad context, but that crying, man. Yeah, I think that's pretty. I think you can qualify for more, Dom, but that's, if you feel comfortable with that, then that works. Taking a real estate course right now. Learned that there are 50,000 realtors in my state. More realtors and houses for sale. Is that worth doing part-time? People always love throwing that fact around. There's more realtors than there are houses for sale. Like they're trying to be witty. Not saying you're being witty, but I hate when the realtors say that. I mean, if you bring something valuable to the marketplace, why not? And let me tell you, if you're another part-time agent, oh no, I've lost you guys. Oh no, what am I gonna do? I'm just kidding. I'll just connect I have a battery that connects right into an outlet. Let me just plug that in right now. There you go. A little thing's gonna pop up right now, like 5 seconds from now. Okay. So if you're another part-time agent, you're not bringing anything valuable to the marketplace. That might be too harsh, but it's true. So if you're trying to make it, you're trying to actually make an impact, being a part-time agent isn't going to be it. Co-signing for parents, there it is. Sony doesn't make ones that plug into the wall, okay? So don't judge me. People are like, oh my god, he doesn't use a Sony battery. Just another real estate man hiding from us. Me too. Before you, man, you've been here forever. I bought via VA loan and didn't put nothing down. But if you decide to put money down, you can lower your VA funding fee. There you go. For the student loan question, can the lender use the repayment program number if you're on a forbearance due to COVID? They can if it's like, yeah, they can. You definitely use that. If it's conventional, I know they can, but the FHA thing still, it's still, you have to double check it with the lender. The food does not go club. Not a podcast, Jennifer. It's a live stream. Let's see. All right, guys. Let's see if we have any questions for me. I'm here to answer any questions you might have about anything real estate. can hear. Usually there's like a lot more questions. You guys are just hanging out with me today, which I like. Totally cool. Okay, Zach K. There you go. Javier, I work for a builder in Seattle, and we work very closely with large wholesale lumber supplier. I can tell you that we haven't seen any lumber prices drop yet. We are promised costs will drop. Okay, so looks like builders are still not seeing any discounts. So they're still going to be charging a lot more. In your other videos, you don't think there will be a crash. So if so, does that make current future home ownership forever unobtainable for more middle class? So I've been very careful about that. I hate when people go, not saying you're doing this, but in my previous videos, people are like, oh, you're changing your tune. You said that there was going to be a big giant crash, or you say there's never going to be a crash. If you watch all my videos, if I say I don't think there's going to be a crash, I don't say it with certainty. But what I always follow up with is, who cares? You should be buying as a long-term investment and making sure that you can afford your house. So I don't think there's going to be a crash, or if there's going to be a crash, I don't care. I simply don't care. I'd rather have you be in a good financial position where you can afford the house that you have, or maybe win the house you love, some might say. And I would rather have you be in a good spot. And if you, let's say like you buy a house and you have a great monthly payment and the values drop by half the next year, how's that going to affect you? You can afford your monthly payment, your job is solid, just ride out the wave. You're here to own a house for 10 or 15 years, not 1 year. So that's how I feel about it right now. $5 super chat. Thank you, JL Chandler. Thank you, Robin Nading. Thank you. Glad you bought a house. Awesome. So yeah, that someone recently told me that they're like, we're just so nervous about the housing market. We don't want to. We feel like we're dumb for buying really expensive. And I told them similar, the same thing. It's like, okay, so if the market drops in half, then yeah, you're not the next Warren Buffett, but their rent is going up by $300 next month. And their rent is going to continue to increase. And if you own your house, that monthly payment is maybe going up slightly with your taxes, but you're securing your family's monthly payment position for the at least next 5 to 10 years. There was a big old dummy at yesterday's Kyle's live stream. They were saying that why would you buy a house when rent's half the price? Every major city rental prices. Talk to anybody who's been renting for a while. I guarantee you they're probably talking or complaining about the fact their rent's going up and they're raising the rent on them. See? So it is hard, it's definitely a hard concept if you continue to waste money on rent, what would eventually offset. It's definitely hard to think about when you view as real estate as a investment. You're viewing it as a long-term investment where you're going to be you're putting money into a stock or something. But the difference is that you're going to have to live somewhere. You're going to have to be paying rent or owning or paying a monthly payment. So yes, you are having an investment, but at the same time, you're also having a place to live, a commodity. So eventually when you sell, there's a chance you might make a lot of money or even get your money back. But the thing is, you shouldn't be buying short term. So unless you live in California, things are just terrible. Case rent is more costly than mortgage. I wish that guy would show up here. I would love to do it. Kyle wanted me to go on live and debate him, but I wasn't in my office. I couldn't do it. But to clarify, I guess what I meant to ask: if average home prices continue to detach from average income, will middle class be left behind? No, what's left behind in home ownership? Perhaps, but I don't know if you watched my videos about the corporate cash buyers, Ryan, but this is not a conspiracy. There is a huge play happening right now to make a middle class into rental, turn them more into rental, or people to rent, tenants than homeowners. It's happening, and we're all allowing it because homeowners are making their money. I literally had a appointment set up today for $130. Okay, house is let me pull up the price. I want to actually have the actual price. 415, and we're gonna go look at it. They canceled it, and they said we had a cash offer come in at 450, and we're gonna take it. And I said, yeah, it's one of those iBuyers. They're like, yeah, they're gonna turn it into a rental. We're allowing it to happen. You know, I get it. Homeowners want to make their money. I mean, I don't blame them. Hopefully, they're around when I sell my house. But then again, I'm part of the problem there, right? So it's happening. You know, the play is happening right in front of us, and we don't care. Renee F. Advice for co-signing with a parent with parent paying mortgage? Advice. Just be aware that you're going to potentially affect your home purchase down the road. Just be aware of that. Is it worth putting more than 20% on a house if you have more than 20% in savings? I mean, it depends on your philosophy. I mean, I'm sure I get a lot of flack for this, but I grew up very not financially stable, and I like to have some liquid assets at hand. It brings me comfort. So I wouldn't just, you know, if I have, let's say 30% of, I don't know, let's say you have 20% down, maybe you have another 20,000 saved, right? If I'm going to put 20% down and be left with 20,000, that makes me a little nervous. I would probably, if I had the chance, put like 10% down, maybe even 5% down, as long as I can afford the monthly payment. Maybe buy down the rate a bit, and then with that extra, with the other $20,000, $40,000, $50,000, maybe diversify that into different investments. We talk to a money manager. What do they call it? A financial advisor, and just diversify a bit. You know, if you haven't started your retirement account, start those. I mean, I would personally do that than just put it all. I used to think, I was in the same maybe the idea that you have. I used to just think, oh yes, everybody just, you know, pay down your house as fast as possible. It's yeah, you could do that. You'll be debt free, and Dave Ramsey will go give you a smooch because that's what he wants you to do. But at the same time, you could also use your money in other ways to diversify, right? You don't have to just have it all in your real estate. One thing I've learned is that lower and middle class buyers, which was me, has been me, that we're taught the only investment we should have is our house. Don't be like that. Joseph, you did say your family decided to step back in this current market right now. Any specific signs you're waiting to? Honestly, I'm not waiting for specific signs, Joseph. We're simply waiting to where it was better. Once we hit the threshold of our savings where we want it to be, then we're gonna move forward. We're gonna basically at that point open up our mind to the idea of buying, and we're gonna be hopefully waiting for the right opportunity. We're not letting external circumstances dictate that. We're preparing our financial position, and once we are ready to buy a house, we open ourselves up to that possibility. Interest is low. I'm putting 20% to avoid PMI. Sure. I mean, if you're putting 10% down, your credit's solid, your PMI is going to be really cheap, like $50-$60 a month. You know, $60 a month per year, $720 a year. Over 10 years, that's like $7,200, right? You put 10% extra to save $7,200 over 10 years. And maybe your interest rate's better, so maybe you save a little more. With that 10%, Diane, I would argue you could, let's say $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, you could put that, and even if you make average like what 5 to 7% return, that per year over 10 years, instead of saving $7,200, $20,000. I'm sure there's a better formula to use, but I'm just gonna. Whoop! Sorry, I'm using my sound effect buttons again. Sorry, guys, I blasted you with numbers there. I'm not gonna do it, but you get the point. I gotta freaking get one of those little things where I can push a button or something. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah, no, but I mean, I'm not telling you what to do with your finances. I'm just telling you to stop thinking like they want us to think, you know? Once again, if you have excellent credit You put a good 5 or 10% down, your PMI will be cheap. Like Miss Shadow Llama there says, $60. 1010 live stream. Thank you, Jorge. I keep messing up the buttons there, but yeah. Put that 10% somewhere else. What's up, Jessica? What's up, Case? Case just says issues. Okay. One thing I love when people always tell me, you know, I want to start live streaming, but I'm so scared. Like, dude, just start. Just start. Look at me. I completely freaking screwed up, and I've been pushing random buttons. So you just go with the flows. Happy birthday, Jessica. I am a new home builder in California. Any advice? You're starting to build houses in California? You're a home builder? I don't know if this is the right live stream for you. If the market corrects and you put a large down payment, isn't that like putting a lot in the stock before it depreciates? I think every buyer right now would have to do short-term and long-term math. That's assuming you know growth. That's assuming that you know what's going to happen. I mean, to play devil's advocate to your point, if someone wants to put a little more down so they can make their monthly payment more affordable, yeah, and I mean, if you think of it as an investment, it's not guaranteed they're going to make it back, but they're also securing their monthly payment to be cheaper so they can afford any bumps in the road down the road. So there's no right or wrong answer. Kendrick Code is coming here and flexing everybody. 20% down, 15-year fixed, 1.75% with the better mortgage. Okay, man. Thank you. Thank you for that flex. Been sub for a couple of months. Great content. Thank you, Boom. Boom nailed it. Appreciate it. Does $10,000 in earnest money for new construction sound reasonable? Beverly, whatever they tell you is reasonable is what you have to do. Because guess what? They have all the leverage. That's the terrible part about this, is if you're not willing to pay that earnest money, there's 20 other people that are. You can ask them. I mean, there's no problem. Like, can we make that 3 or 5? But let's see what happens. EO 15 years. I want that 30 years. Give me that sweet 80-year loan, please. I want to have that mortgage till I die. Jasmine, you gotta watch from the beginning. You're coming in at the end of the live stream, you know. So I love the live stream content, but I'm not a fan of the ones that where you talk about like something first, because then people that join in later are like, what happened? So basically I talked all about it the first 20-30 minutes, Jasmine, so you can watch it after. Cool, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna call it. It's been a great live stream. Let's leave it. Let's leave some fun stuff for all my conspiracy theorists. There's that for you. House market crash, July 2025. People love like dates. Have you noticed in those housing market crash videos, like people love putting a date there, like a chart, like a big bar chart and like a red arrow, and like for all my California buyers, there you go. And for all my cash buyers, this is for you.
My name is Jeff. My name is Jeff.
All right, guys. You guys have a good one. Appreciate it. Make sure to go join our Discord. The conversation continues in Discord. We're available. We have like a group of like over 600 people there answering questions, you know, going in the process and whatnot. So go ahead and join our Discord if you want to continue to support and be part of the community. So I'll see you guys. Next video will be Monday, maybe Tuesday, talking about another corporate cash buyer that we've been investigating. So yeah.